I'm Jasmine Taylor.
I'm Elvira.
And we are here to talk about the important issues, like which are the best horror movies around. So we have 16 horror movies to judge from. We like to think that they're like the best or most well-known horror movies. So
yeah,
let's get to it.
Mm-hmm.
The Shining versus Candyman.
I'm for The Shining, 100%.
Why?
Because it's just so cinematic, and it would never happen.
The scenery in it is beautiful.
Yeah.
And, like the shots and like coming up to the hotel in a big snowstorm.
And like the twins in the hallway, and
so
like the way
like
he bricks.
Or you don't find it scary?
It scared me at first, but now I just like it.
Yeah.
And you like it, and you don't find it scary.
I don't find either of them scary.
No?
Candyman I watched too young, so it's like one of those like childhood movies that bring back good memories. So I do like The Shining because I can watch it like any time and I'll be like, oh my god, did you see that cabinet in the background? Like,
Right?
Yeah,
Now
that's
we're
actually
adults,
true,
we see
though.
better
It's
things in
really
it.
nice, yeah.
Yeah.
But I would say Candyman for me.
Really?
I don't know.
Why?
I think what scared me the most, it wasn't so much that the guy, like you say his name, he appears.
Yeah.
It was the fact that if you open up your medicine cabinet, it went to somebody else's house. That scared me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
I wasn't
that'd be
thinking of the
creepy.
boogeyman, I was thinking of that crazy neighbor.
now that we're
right?
now that we're adults with medication, we're like, this is scary.
Yeah, we keep everything in the kitchen cupboard now.
Oh,
No, I agree. There's like spooky things in both of them, but when it comes to actually like scary, I believe what happens in The Shining could actually happen in real life.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Candyman's a little
Out there.
fairy tale.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But I definitely agree that like I could go to a hotel with my dad and he'd go crazy.
Yeah, ballistic.
Yeah.
You can go to a hotel with me and I'll go crazy too.
Yeah. Let's do it. That's our next vacation.
All right. So voting. The Shining.
Scary?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think Shining.
No.
Candyman. Okay.
Alright.
Well, we got a winner. We got one winner
Scary
so far.
medicine cabinet.
All right. So the next two movies are Get Out and Babadook. So we have a predicament. Both of these assholes haven't seen them. And no horror movies, they said. So
I think me and her were hanging out when you were watching it.
Probably.
Yeah.
still the loser. Yes. So Babadook is like a more modern version of Boogeyman. I find it like a little less scary than the actual like real Boogeyman.
Yeah.
Still spooky. And Get Out is about a black man who starts dating into a white family and goes into like their suburb and starts to get brainwashed into like their little community, which is terrifying because it feels like that really reflects on a lot of recent things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it does bring light to a lot of recent things that people
Like
should be
what?
talking about.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
So I definitely am on the side of Get Out because it's, again, way more realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Okay,
it's-
well, of those descriptions, I'd have to pick the Boogeyman because that shit terrified me when I was a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your version of the Boogeyman? Was it a monster under the bed? Was it something that all your fears are combined?
Yeah, the one where the thing reached out from under the blanket and just was like, and snatched that little child.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Are you scared of the Boogeyman?
Oh, Candyman's the boogeyman.
She's already got her
Scary.
Boogeyman.
Yeah, he's scary.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
I think my vote is for definitely Get Out.
Yeah, Get Out was pretty scary.
Yeah.
I'd vote for that too.
Okay, so now we're into my favorite ones, the zombie ones. We have 28 Days Later and
Both
Dawn
of
of the
them.
Dead.
Both of them.
Both of them.
Yeah. Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah,
There's two.
1 and 2.
Yeah.
Or
No,
like
no, 1 and
first
2.
and
No.
remake, yeah.
So we have 28 Days Later and Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
Both remakes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Who's going first?
Yeah.
Dissect it. Dissect
Okay,
it.
so 28 Days Later was absolutely terrifying. Because first of all, they had the two kids that just were like, whoop, had no idea that the mother was dead, the father ran for his life, and they got chased, and they were fast, and they ran. Then when they got to Sanctuary,
Is that the one where they go to the castle? Or some kind of like...
they go to downtown London by where like the big tower is, like with the clock.
Yeah.
And then it's all safe there, and then the kids sneak out when they come back to meet their dad. They sneak out, they go find the mom in their old house because they wanted to go back and grab some of their stuff. and then the mom follows back there.
Mhm.
They kidnap her. Then the dad goes in and sees her, gives her a kiss. He gets infected, and it reinfects the whole entire safe space.
Pretty scary.
Yeah, and they were so fast. Whew.
Yep.
Yeah.
I definitely have to agree with that one. I think that 28 Days Later is scarier because it's a lot more fear-based, right? Like, they're not just coming for you, but they're coming fast and they're mad.
Right?
Yeah, and the only nightmares I have about horror movies are zombies.
Yeah.
Because you just never know what kind you're gonna get. They're like, they're slow, this and that, but they're mad, and they know what their target is, and they want it, and they're after you, and I'm not that fast. My cardio isn't that good.
Yeah.
I think anything chasing me, doesn't matter if it's slow or fast, I would still be scared.
Yeah, I'd be terrified.
Yeah.
You would see me ripping across the field.
Me too.
And
Even
as soon
if
as I
had no
found
legs,
out,
I'd still be running.
right, as soon as I found out it was chasing me, I'd probably just do this. Just take it out.
Like tag.
Yeah.
Another person.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah.
So the zombie would be so nice.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, okay, Dawn of the Dead.
Why?
That one, I absolutely loved. I watched the remake of it first. That's the one where they're stuck in the mall.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, that one's pretty scary. The original one, the graphics were really bad on it, but it still is pretty creepy.
It was one of the first movies.
Like the
movies,
first zombie movies,
Yeah.
but it's creepy, right? It has that creepy old 1970s vibe. You know, same thing. They're stuck in a mall as well, and it's just, I don't know. It's poorly done, but it's also really scary, right? Because it's
stylized.
not really, it's not predictable, like, you know, like the movies that they have now today, right? Like, you hear the music, you know there's going to be a bang, or like somebody popping up. This one?
No, you had no idea.
Yeah, you
left hooks all throughout the movie.
Yeah. Pretty scary. So I agree, that one. So hands up for that one, for Dawn of the Dead. No?
Okay.
I'm saying 28 Days Later.
Yeah, 28 Days Later too, for sure.
Alright.
Because you know what also comes 28 days later? My period. And that's also terrifying.
But if it doesn't come, that's when they run, right?
That's, when it doesn't come. That's when it's terrifying. That's when you start to cry.
Somebody should make a movie about that.
Cry. It'd be my horror movie. I'd never watch it. Alright, the next two movies are Psycho and The Thing. Both have a lot in common with my ex, because he's a psycho, and his thing is terrifying. There we go. I miss him!
So about that other thing.
Yeah.
So what do you think of the movie The Thing? Have you guys seen it?
I have not seen it.
You have seen it?
Yes, I've seen it.
Okay. What do you think of it?
I hate the main character, like the actor. What's his name? Just because when he was in like fighting movies, he sucked at it. So
Fair enough. Bad taste.
What about the storyline? Like, do you like anything? Like,
no, I actually do like it because they're looking for a creature somewhere that you usually don't see in horror movies. Like usually they're looking in a forest or like a haunted house or a basement or an attic or something for something scary, but they're like somewhere in the Arctic.
yeah, they're stranded. I think that's what got me, was because
Yeah.
they were stranded. So I think that part kind of
Makes it more believable.
Is
that
it like
something
the
could be in
mind?
there.
It tricks your mind.
yeah,
into it?
and like all the power goes out. Like they just, you know,
Oh,
they're
and
away
nowhere
from
to run.
civilization, right? I'd be scared.
Yeah,
You
terrible.
know, where are you gonna run, right? They're gonna get you.
And
They're
it-
gonna get you.
It like becomes you, right?
Yeah.
And I probably couldn't fight myself.
Oh, I could. I would off that bitch.
I don't know. I'm buff, so it'd be really violent.
Yeah.
It'd be really violent. But would they know where all the weapons are hidden? Yeah.
But if you're the girl in the horror movie, you know you're just gonna run upstairs.
I'm gonna run upstairs and die. Yeah.
So,
What? I thought we were
Just
tripping
got,
up the
like-
stairs. I didn't even think we made it up the stairs in the scene.
You're gonna trip a couple times.
Okay,
but yeah.
okay.
We have to cry over our dead boyfriend's body first.
They
Right.
never
Johnny,
do that.
no!
They never do. It's like a 5-second thing. Like their
Yeah.
boyfriend's dead, or like, you know, a family member that they absolutely love throughout the whole movie, and
Yeah.
they're dead, and they're like, light goes on.
Ah!
Yeah. That's it. I would be like crying the whole
Tear.
movie. I'd be crying the whole movie, like stabbing some.
Yeah, this is perfect.
Yeah.
Are we taking apart how real horror movies are now?
Yeah. That was the real problem. Let's get down to why horror movies ain't realistic.
Yeah.
People die.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the other one was
Psycho.
Psycho.
okay. Personally, with the two like storylines, I would pick Psycho because That could happen anytime, anywhere,
Every time.
any
That's why
moment.
I don't shower. I don't shower for that reason.
Did you see that TikTok where the girl was like, you know what you need to do? You just need to bring the knife in the shower. So when the cycle comes in.
Instead of shower beers, you have shower knives.
Yeah. Bring the knife with you in the shower so that when the cycle breaks into your house, you know, the cycle's in here.
Exactly.
You open the curtains there,
Role reversal. We're into it. It's 2021. We're stepping up our game.
I believe in equality. We should be the ones stabbing now.
Exactly.
My vote's definitely for Psycho just because of like that iconic scene. Definitely made like.
Yeah. Psycho as well.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying I'm Psycho as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you like my
But it's a good movie.
Same. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm voting for my ex.
Me too.
So we're all voting for the same one?
Yeah, Psycho.
Mm-hmm.
3 women with the same opinion.
History.
Oh.
Okay, so this one, the two that are going up together are It and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And for me, it's It. I was in my cousin's basement when I was like 9 years old, watched the original, and the remake that just came out, same feeling.
Weak.
Yeah.
So both of them scared you, the remake and the new one?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah, I'm
And
terrified
you
of
don't-
clowns. I hate
Clowns aren't fucking scary.
them. I don't like them.
We just did a clown porn shoot for OnlyFans.
Uh-huh. Yeah. It was fucking terrifying. The entire time. That was the first thing I said when I walked in here.
Yeah.
I hate clowns.
Clowns never scared me. I watched that movie when I was new and I was really young and I thought my friends were joking when they're like, oh my god, this movie's so scary. I'm like, it's a clown in a sewer. Like,
Okay, but like, can we actually though? I still don't step on sewers to this day. I am 28 years old. I will not step on a sewer. Won't do it.
The only thing that bothered me about that movie was it was too long. That's it. That's
Really?
all I remember about it. And some weird ass shower scene where all the things came out, like the
Yeah.
what are those things called? Faucets?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only thing that scared me.
I do like the time, like the story works really well and how
Yeah.
he only comes out at certain times and certain kids see him and everything. I do like that. I like that. But it was not scary.
No.
Yeah, I'm not scared of clowns. What was the other one?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, I'm scared of some guy cutting off my face.
But wasn't that a true story? Or
I think
based
so.
on something?
Based on-
based on a true
yeah.
story.
Geen? Ed Gein? No.
Leatherface. Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's creepy.
I mean, I would 100% have like a lampshade made out of human skin in my collection. I wouldn't make it. Don't
You
call the
would.
cops.
You know you
I'd
would.
buy it already made.
Could you make it like out of any skin? Like, could you do it out of like pig skin or like
Oh,
cow
yeah.
skin?
Yeah. Lampshade? I feel like that's possible.
My birthday's in December. Let's see what we can do.
Alright, so yeah, my vote is definitely for Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Way more believable, way scarier, way more scared of someone that's 7 feet fucking tall with a literal chainsaw chasing me than a clown. I could boot a clown in the face. Fuck a clown.
Do you remember when we were going through that clown pandemic? Where the clowns were just walking all over the place? I didn't leave my fucking house.
For real?
Yep.
I'm enough of a clown with the people I've dated, so go hang out with them. It's another friend. Free friend!
Free friend! Okay, so what do you guys choose? Texas?
Texas.
Debbie Does Dallas.
Debbie Does Dallas. It's a killer clown.
Good movie. Okay, so this next movie is The Exorcist versus the Saw movies. Franchise.
Franchise.
TM.
TM.
Like 20-some movies. Shit.
Alright, so what do you girls think?
Exorcist.
See, okay, so this is the thing. They're both equally mentally twisted. Because the Saw is like if they took you and put you in a real life escape room. Like, that's what it is. And I love escape rooms.
But wasn't like the Saw guy, wasn't it like, didn't he do that for like, to screw with their
So what they
psychologically?
did is like every game was based on something you did. So like, the one where they had to like take out the guy's eye to find the eyeball and go in his stomach to get something else. It was because he was like something with the sins, I think. But like everything that you've screwed up on in your life, they put you in a room to try and make it better, which is like, that's a cool concept in general.
Yeah.
And then if you go to like Saw number 5, all 5 of the people that were there could have made it out by giving little sacrifices instead of trying to kill each other getting out.
Okay.
I do like that one where he's like, it's the guy who killed his daughter or
Yeah.
something, and he has to save their life, but then the machine malfunctions and
They're on a merry-go-round, the kids, and it's like a shotgun pointing at them, so if he doesn't do something, then the shotgun goes off and blows their heads off.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna say I don't like that movies.
Yeah.
Any of the movies, because I remember like just watching them, I got scared of every single scene that everybody was doing, right?
Yeah.
It fucked with me, right? Because I put myself in that position.
Right? That's
So,
just it. Like, it's so mentally like, ooh.
yeah, and it's too gory
Yeah.
for me. And, and I went to school for makeup artistry, and that's like, even knowing how they do it in the movie, it still grosses me out.
Yeah.
Like, that's how much it screwed me up. But The Exorcist, I like because of the fact that it was based around, a true story of a little boy, though, right?
Yeah.
And, like, the stuff that surrounded The Exorcist, like how the set caught on fire, how one of the crewmen died, like a lot of things, right? So
and the thing about like The Exorcist is like, that is like spooky. Like that's bad juju.
Yeah.
That's not just like you've screwed up in your life. Like something's coming for you.
Captain
like
Downey. Captain Downey,
right? So I don't even. Oh man, that's a tough one.
Yeah, it is tough because the other movie fucked with you psychologically with other people's fears.
Yeah.
But this one, you're just like, well, ghosts, spirits, the devil, religion.
It is tough because I don't know if we're judging which one's better or which one's scarier. Because Saw is scarier.
Yeah.
I'm definitely way more scared of someone capturing me and putting me through hell than I am a demon.
Yeah.
Come for me now, dude.
Yeah, right.
But The Exorcist made my childhood. Like, every Christmas, me and my friend would make gingerbread houses and watch The Exorcist, and that's when I learned I could run in a bridge. Terrifying, I know.
Wow.
So, like, I like it because it's part of who I am, like The Exorcist. My mom is terrified of that movie. I bug her all the time.
I'm terrified. I can't watch that movie.
Do you remember when The Exorcism of Emily Rose came out? My mom went and seen that. She didn't sleep for 3 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
Our parents are weak.
I know, right?
So I think the better movie is The Exorcist. And I think the scarier movie is Saw. So I'm going to say Exorcist because it's who I am.
Yeah, Exorcist too.
Okay. I am going to agree with you, but I'm going to choose Saw just because, like, ooh.
It's a good movie. It's well written. If they have this many sequels, it is well written.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Exorcism wins. Exorcist wins.
Exorcist!
Yeah.
Alright, next movies we're doing Halloween New versus Halloween Old. The original versus the Rob Zombie remake.
Okay. So for me, it has to be the original because it's not a scary movie at all, and that, like, the way that they used to make horror movies back then with all, like, the fake squirty blood, and, like, that is, like, horror movies to me. Mm-hmm. Whereas, like, the Rob Zombie remix one didn't quite hit those points.
Yeah?
It was
had
more
a lot
just,
of
like,
scare points in there, like a lot of, like, bangs and, like,
yeah.
But that's about it.
Yeah. I love the way that he styles his movies, so I think it's, like, sexier and cooler and hip, but the original is always the original.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard not
beat the original,
hard not to love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're basically the exact same. There's nothing scarier in one movie than there is in the other, other than graphics or makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the exact same thing.
The same storyline, the same character play, like...
I like Rob Zombie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll pick the Rob Zombie one. I'm not a big fan of the Halloween, so I can't really put too much info or input in it. But
I definitely think, it's overplayed. As the token goth girl who's always like, oh, you love this stuff. No, I don't.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The new one, I'd say.
Rob Zombie?
Rob Zombie.
Styled better, sexier, funner, better music. Buckley disagrees. Yeah.
Next one is Nightmare on Elm Street versus Friday the 13th. Freddy Krueger, I love
Freddy Krueger, yeah, 110%. He's
But I
just,
love you, Jason.
there's something so creepy about it, but like a dude that like haunts a campsite because he was drowned, yeah, I can see that happening too. But
So which one are you scared?
Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger.
Mm-hmm. In my dreams, not sleeping, I love sleep. And if something was trying to kill me in my sleep, I would be terrified.
Yeah. I went to Bible camp for 8 years. I know. It worked. So there was like, you would go to camp and there's like rumors that kids are buried there and all that bullshit and like one of the counselors will kill you and stuff. So I definitely think that the camp one, for sure. Freddy Krueger seems more scary to me for sure.
No, Jason's
Yeah, but
the camp one. Jason is Camp Crystal
Jason,
Lake.
that's one.
Yeah.
But he always caught you though, Jason. Didn't matter how fast you ran, didn't matter how far you ran.
Yeah.
He was always right behind you.
Yeah, but that's what's scary. You're walking through the Bible camp alone.
And he didn't say anything, just...
Exactly, that's what's spooky.
That's a face only a mother can love.
We were like, wow, you don't say much.
I
Here's
sleep
the
a lot
fire.
less. I sleep a lot less than her too, so I'd rather have a fun time at camp and not die.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know, man. There's that one scene with Freddy where he's like in, you know this obviously, where he's like, it's like the smoke and he's in like that industrial thing and he's just walking, it's like,
Oh! Is it are you sure you're not thinking of the alley or the hallway? Or the hospital?
yeah, I think it's the hospital where he's just like
Oh,
dragging
yeah.
his claws along the wall.
Yeah.
Oh, I have goosebumps just thinking about it.
Freddy Krueger movies never scared me, like they never did.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing like that actually like draws me to Freddy Krueger that I remember that the reason why I love these movies is because when I was growing up, like when my sisters were babysitting me and stuff like that, my sisters would always like make me watch those horror movies because my mom wasn't home. So I was really young, and my sister Cheryl put a whole bunch of butter knives in between her hands, and she's like sitting like this, and I'm sitting on the edge of my seat like, oh my god, it's so scary, right? And then every scary part she'd go, wah, with her like
Bunny
knives out,
fingers.
and I'll just be like screaming, terrified. So now, like, I love Freddy Krueger, right? So I would have to pick Freddy Krueger. But I still love Jason, so I don't know, it's so tough.
Yeah.
My brother did the same thing, some of the knives in his hands.
I did the same thing, but do you remember
For
when
Wolverine.
we leveled up? Okay. Do you remember when we leveled up and we actually like made the claws out of paper? You could like fold them and then stick them on, and they would like curl like this, and they would just be like finger extensions. We used to do it all the time in school. Like, oh, I'm just making my Freddy hands.
I thought it was weird for going to Bible camp. But
Yeah.
Yikes.
Small town living. We didn't have Bible camp.
So what's the Jason movie?
Camp Crystal Lake.
The
Friday the 13th?
Friday the 13th. Yeah, that's my vote.
That's your vote?
Yeah.
Freddy Krueger.
Freddy, yeah, Elm Street.
They didn't go to
Okay.
Bible. They didn't go to
Tell
Bible.
you that
You
much.
wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even know.
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't
Actually,
know.
I wanted to go to Bible camp.
It works wonders.
No,
On your
but I wasn't
personality.
allowed. I know, my mom wouldn't want me to go.
You're good.
I wanted to be in religion. Look at me.
Her car would say Jesus instead of Lucifer.
Alright, so now we're doing quarterfinals. So this one is The Shining versus Get Out. And for me, it's still The Shining. 100%.
Oh, that's hard. I want to be like.
Okay, what are we doing right now?
Get Out versus The Shining. So the black guy that went and lived with the white family versus The Shining.
I think Get Out has a better message, and it gets people's attention to things that really need to be there. So I'm definitely for it. But The Shining also made me who I am, so that's fucking tough.
Yeah, The Shining takes that one from me hands down.
I didn't find Shining scary. Like, it really didn't. Like, I mean, it was eerie to the fact that he was by himself, but really, like, was he just going insane? Like, I've been...
Tried to kill his whole family.
Yeah, but, like, COVID-19, like, I'm stuck at home for a year now, and I'm crazy, and I feel him. Like, I relate to that guy now, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking to a fake bartender, too, that's not there, right? Seeing
Same.
two girls in an elevator at my mom's apartment. Like,
Yeah.
they probably are there, but, yeah, it's not scary. I relate to it, you know? It's close to home.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Right in the
Yeah.
feels.
Right in the feels. So, and what's the other movie?
Get Out.
Get Out.
Get Out. That one is, yeah, it's like psychologically, like scary.
I think it was important to be made, but it's out of the two, my favorite is The Shining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that movie where that girl gets like, put, like, he takes like a baster of his semen and he was gonna stick it in her?
Oh. I don't know. You know what also one we forgot? It puts the lotion on the skin or it gets the hose again.
Would you fuck me?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me.
I did it on stage and no one gets it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I say The Shining.
Okay, Shining.
Alright, so for the next round we have 28 Days Later versus Psycho.
28 Days Later.
28 Days Later, 110%.
I think it's scarier for sure. I'd rather watch 28 Days Later too on like a stormy night than watch Psycho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm sick of Psycho.
Yeah. It's like almost overplayed to the point where like it has that one scene that everyone's like, yeah, that's amazing. But then what about the rest of the hour and 30 minutes like that you're watching?
Yeah. I definitely have nightmares over 20 Days Later for sure.
Yeah.
So
That was unanimous.
Yeah.
Woohoo! We're getting somewhere.
yeah.
So
I'm sorry. Okay, so now we're doing The Exorcist versus Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Okay. Exorcist.
Exorcist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why though?
Because one is, well, I guess no, because they're both kind of wrapped around true stories.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I just think that, like, for me, when I'm watching a scary movie, if it's about the bad juju ghosties, it wins every time because, woohoo.
I'm gonna say Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah?
Instead of I was gonna say The Exorcist, but I mean, how many possessions do you hear all the time?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You hear about
But that was,
somebody
like,
going
the
crazy,
first
people
one.
more.
It was the first one, so it
Yeah.
set the bar. But there's like all of the movies following are the same thing.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But one scares me more. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is scarier to me, but Exorcist is like a go-to. I'll always watch and always love and appreciate.
Mhm.
So for who I am, Exorcist. But to give me nightmares, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So Exorcist for me.
Okay, Exorcist for me as well.
Okay, for the next one, we are doing Nightmare on Elm Street and Rob Zombie's
Halloween.
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 And we got it.
Yeah. Okay, so for me, it has to be Freddy Krueger. He doesn't stand up against the Halloween movie.
Yeah, Halloween's bland.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to insult such a good classic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with The Man of My Dreams, Freddy.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have wet
100%.
dreams about him too, yeah. I think that's like why we're friends.
Yeah.
Did you have wet dreams about said horror movie guy? Did you also go to Bible camp?
Whoa. Okay, so final four. The first two are Shining versus 28 Days Later. This is a hard one because those are both my picks. Ooh.
I relate to the guy in The Shining, so.
I'd say The Shining. I'd rather prefer watching that.
Yeah.
Then 28 Days Later?
Well, if I want to get scared, I definitely watch 28 Days Later. But The Shining is like, it's spooky for sure. It gives me a little bit of like, ooh. But
Yeah.
I'd rather watch it and look at the background and enjoy it.
Yeah,
You
nice
know,
furniture.
it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Classic. Still hasn't been remade yet. You know, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Say Shining.
Shining.
Yeah.
28 Days Later.
Fuck you. All right. We have The Exorcist versus Nightmare on Elm Street. I think everyone already knows.
Freddy Krueger.
Everyone knows my vote, so I'll save it for last.
That's tough.
Mm-hmm.
Go with The Man of My Dreams, Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
It's not that tough.
Well, I'm gonna go with The Exorcist because I feel like being different. No, because I love that movie and it's who I am, and I am Emily the Exorcist.
Mm-hmm.
Cut out my real name. Exorcist. It's my childhood. It's who I am. It's everything I'm about.
I didn't know that about you, Emily.
Just beep. Like a swear word. God fucking sakes, beep.
I didn't even call you that.
Alright, so who are we going to vote for? I'm Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger.
Exorcist.
Okay.
Sorry. So we have Nightmare on Elm Street and The Exorcist,
Shining.
The Shining.
The Shining, and
Nightmare on Elm Street.
oh,
Yeah.
okay. I already know mine. I'll go last again.
Ooh. She wants to marry Freddy Krueger, but I like The Shining. Personally.
I want to marry him.
Yeah, that's it.
Actually, I would.
He protect you.
I would.
I mean, who wouldn't fuck Jack Nicholson though?
Right?
Yeah.
Ew.
Why not?
Come on, he's creepy.
He's creepy.
He's got money.
He's got money.
I'm gonna say The Shining. Beautiful movie. I'm gonna stick with it. It's a classic.
Yeah. So there we have it. That's it. That's the winner.
The Shining.
The Shining.
Oh my god.